Hey everybody, Toaster here. I just wanted to show you a game. This is not really about the result, but it's in my M4 Reveilleries, and it's just a game that shows don't give up. You know, it's only a second class, but let's get the replay started and we'll talk a little bit about it. I don't do a whole lot in the first, I don't know, 3-4 minutes of the game. And that costs my team because even though I'm a tier 8 and a tier 9 game, it's I'm still relevant, right? And so anyway, I'm mid tier, and so I should be putting out some damage. The trouble is, there's a lot of cases in this Reveilleries where it's just either not possible or you're going to put yourself in mortal danger. So I do kind of wallow around a little bit in this game, and you're going to see that. But I don't really, I've rewatched the replay, and I don't see where I could have really taken advantage of an opportunity. For instance, that E50 is a terrible target for me. It's got quite a bit of armor. It's got better DPM than I do, and the same alpha, and so and it's got a whole lot more hit points. So really, to take that on is a bad idea. Plus, you notice we only have an E50 up at the top and a Scorpion kind of guarding down below. So I'm not confident with that. Now the 110's shown up and the E50. Fortunately, our E50 was fairly good here. So I'm just trying to get a shot. The guy actually is below the ridge there, but I didn't realize that. But sometimes I take shots. This thing has super good shell velocity, as I've said before. But sometimes if you don't fully aim and you snapshot, you miss. That's a pretty good example. I just flat out missed. And there's going to be a few misses in this game. But anyway, I mean, you just see me wallowing around trying to find opportunities to get damage. And in maps like this map is actually pretty corridor when you think about it. You've got the middle that's kind of open, but there's not a lot of cover, so you don't really want to deal with that. So my first shot coming up is that 4190. I see him kind of pushing the middle, and just trying to see if I can get a shot on him. And then this tank destroyer pops up, so I kind of but the tank destroyer actually is on the other side of the hill if I would have looked. But anyway, I'm fortunate to catch that 4190 out, get a nice shot on him. So it's 1-3. Our E50 is being very passive, it looks like to me. And I should have taken this shot on the E50, but I kind of was waiting for him to stop so I could be sure to pin and kill him. In the meantime, someone else kills him, which is fine. And I see this comet kind of in the middle. So you see I'm backing out so that I can pull forward, because this thing's rather sluggish. So it allows me to pull forward and not take a snapshot from that comet. So now I'm kind of thinking, okay, we've cleared this side off, it looks like, you know, so I want to catch people with shots coming in if I can. Because they've got a lot of stuff that's alive over there, and so right here, snap the guy and just completely miss. So I want to get shots of opportunity on this Tiger P, because he is out in the open, basically. I mean, he's got a rock for cover, but I just feel like I can give him a shot here. And I'm trying to get in an outline. I probably should have just pulled the trigger. And I'm lucky I didn't hit my own teammate there. That was poor play by me, in my opinion. So we're coming up on the part that, like that, I think that should have hit too. I might not have let him enough, but this shell velocity you'd think would be enough. So I'm waiting for this guy to turn his turret, and once again, no pen. But things are getting desperate. If you look at the map, we're all in one little quadrant of the map. And so I'm thinking this is going to be a loss, and I've only done 700 damage, so pretty concerned about that. But I don't want to stay out there. I mean, in this thing, you do not want to stay up there while you reload. And now I'm loading heat shells because I realize that the situation deems that I've got an E75 bearing down on us, and I can't even pin him without gold. So we get a side shot on the Oni, which is nice. And the Scorpion's pushed out, but then he dies as soon as he pushes out. So once again, we have very little map control, and it's kind of weird. This E50M is the guy that really could do the damage. That E75 snapshots me, which is, I mean, lucky on his part, but it happens. So I'd like to get another shot on this Oni and get him out of the game, quite honestly, because then the E75, we've got plenty of guys here, but they're all low tier. We've got that AMX M445 and the IS2, both of which are low tier tanks, bottom tier in this game. So I see the E75's fired, so I want to get a shot, and that was just a poor shot. Not using the terrain correctly. But I know that E75 is fired again, so I'm trying to get his cupola, and I managed to snap it, which at that range is not that far-fetched. So the E75 fires again, so I want to pull out, get a shot on him if I can. And now it's 8-11. So my only hope is that they screw up. And they do. I mean, you gotta aim that shot if you're that SU-101. And the E75 just pushing out on me, that's just silly. So I'd like to get a tank out, but I see that their Tiger is side turret on me, so I take him out, and luckily, it's like the E50 ends up killing the tank destroyer next to me, and then looks like Artie takes out the Oni, so. And as you can tell, the Comet's pretty happy with our play here, so. So I'm going to let that E50 front. I mean, there's no reason not to. And he's able to kind of finish off the last remaining tank pushing. And so that's just a story of not giving up, right? We just played and played and played until there was an opportunity to push out, get some kills, gain back some map control. So now there's just Artie left, and the E50 is going up to the north, and I'm going to go middle because we have an M53-55 to the southeast, and I just don't want these guys to squeeze through on us because they're both fast Arties, and I am definitely not fast, you know. So we could honestly get capped out if they do get through the net. So I've loaded HE, obviously. And let's fast forward this because this gets really slow. I do tell the E50 that I'll kind of stay middle until we see the Lorraine 155-50, and he is dispatched. Now I'm sure that we will not get capped out, so we're just trying to find the last guy. And the E50 is going to get there first, so I kind of am backing him up in a sense that if somehow that the Artie is able to kill him, which is highly unlikely, then at least I would be there to clean him up during his reload. So let's speed this up even a little bit more here. Ends up being that the arty is back in our base, back in the corner. But he did not try to cap. I think if his buddy had made it through, he probably would have capped. So, and so I was glad I stayed middle, basically. It was the right play. Finally made the right play at the end of the game. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and feel free to subscribe. And there we go. That's the end of the game. And just remember, never give up. It's these games sometimes go on. Well, I mean, that was a 13-minute game there almost. And for the first 5 minutes, I did almost nothing. So never give up, never surrender. Always try and take another position and try and eke out as much damage as you can. And sometimes you'll end up with a win on a very improbable win game. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.